Is 11:30 the right time to be recording a video? I think so. So yes, here I am. This is the new house in Bristol. There's a Marvel poster on the door, as there should be. The old Dark of the Moon calendar is up there on the pinboard, and there's the plant. So that's basically everything to tell you that this is just going to be a good old normal setup for Twit, continuing to season 2, and just it's just really cool being here, to be honest. Just living in a house with my mates, having fun, staying up, playing Ford of Cybertron into the night, that sort of thing. Yes, I'm actually living with someone who is a Transformers fan. Probably through my doing, I converted him a bit, but he was already there. He had some Beast Wars figures, he had some other stuff. I just shoved some Prime stuff in his face and said, "You like this," and now, well, let me just say that at the beginning of the week we're intending to go on a big toy hunt around different shops. Going to Forbidden Planet, Toys R Us, Smythes, those sorts of places. But it didn't happen because he had other stuff to do. And to make it up for me, he bought me a Voyager bulkhead. He went to Toys R Us and bought me a Voyager figure that I didn't even know was out. That's just, it brought a manly tear to my eye. He's a bro, he's just, oh, it hits me right here, man. My boy done got hooked me up with a bulkhead, oh. So, yes, I'm now in possession of a very nice Voyager bulkhead here. He's nice and big and beefy. He is a bit light for his size, but that's new plastic and all that. He does have an articulated jaw, which means you can put it up way too far and make him gurn. Overall, I think he just looks really good. I mean, I would prefer the first edition, I think everyone would, but there's nothing wrong with this guy. I mean, maybe the lights down here should be closer to where his nipples should be, but minor things. It's just nice. I think he's the first Prime figure to have clip-on points up here, these bars. Interesting. Hopefully we'll see some more, even though no Prime figures actually come with C-joint clips. But it's nice that they're not completely throwing away that system. A system I would like to see thrown away, however, is this one. What is this? What is this? I mean, okay, yeah, the battering ram thing, that's pretty good. It looks a bit like a potato masher to me. It's a nice little weapon, I suppose. It can't actually reach anything because the port on his arm is too far back and the port on the top of the car is too far back. So it's just sort of there for decoration, but it's not bad. This thing though is something else. Just, I mean, they've even gone so far as to paint it to look like it's part of the vehicle, this red bit that looks like a tail light. And it is so huge, it doesn't even fit in the box I have all my other accessories in. It's just, come on, just no, I don't want this. So, from very nice but slightly flawed gifted obtainments, we segue onto the stuff I actually paid money for, because I have a relative amount of money now, thanks to the student finance thing. So of course when we did end up going toy hunting, I had to come back with some stuff. I did see a lot of Ford of Cybertron figures everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean like literally every shop we went into. They are not Toys R Us exclusive over here, it's very safe to say. I've seen them in 2 separate Smythes now, and an Asda. An Asda, people, that's a big chain supermarket place that is everywhere, so I really don't think you're going to have trouble picking these figures up. Suffice it to say, there are now 2 Shockwaves in this house because my friend John bought one for himself after he saw how awesome mine was, which of course led to the situation of this being photographed. The things I got for myself, however, are slightly different. I did and ah over getting a Fall of Cybertron jazz, but didn't in the end because I realised that they would be everywhere pretty easily, and I hadn't seen anywhere that had a Knockout. So I grabbed him from Toys R Us. They had Hot Shots as well, but no Viacons. And it irks me to know that all I had to do was ask the guy to bring out the box from the back, and I could have had one because someone did that the day after I went there, and they said on Full Metal Hero Forum, and I was like, oh, I thought of that, but I didn't actually do it. So, Knockout then. All I can think of is basically everything that Brad said in the All Stars collab. He's got cutlery and he knows how to use it. I'm not that put off by the lack of paint on him, to be honest. I mean, I know you can look at the box and see everything that should be painted that isn't, like the wheels and the legs and the bit in the middle of his spear, and even the silver. That should be a pattern, not just a fade effect. But it's nice. Again, it's a light figure, there's not a lot of plastic here, but it's not bothering me anymore. It just feels new, and that's nice. I may have to do a review on him just because I get the feeling a lot of people aren't transforming him properly because they don't know that this middle chest panel comes out and down, so his head can go in a bit more. Overall, I think I like him more than I thought I was going to, even though the vehicle mode is extremely small. For the next purchase we have Knockout's partner in crime, Breakdown. But of course, over here, the only one you can get is a little Diddy one, so yeah. This is another example of a really nice little Cyberverse guy. I mean, he's cast out of shiny blue plastic. There isn't really anything more to say other than, why don't you love it? His arms are a bit wangle-tastic, but apart from that, I think he's pretty nice. He makes a nice little cute boxy armoured car thing, whatever it is mode. So that's all of this week's plastic. The only other thing, of course, I purchased was this. I must say I haven't been avidly button mashing at this as much as I probably should have been. War for Cybertron really just amazed me, and there are areas of this where it sort of feels like it isn't quite as good because they've taken things away rather than add them. But overall, it's just, once again, a completely perfect game, and it's the only game I'm going to buy this year, to be perfectly honest. I'm not a gamer person, but when it comes to stuff like this, I can't get enough of it. I do want to get the DLCs. I need to be able to play as a Stegosaurus, really. But that's not to say that the character sort of chassis you get already on the disc that you pay 40 quid for aren't limited, because there's a Quake. You can play as Quake. I mean, when I found that out in the demo, I was just completely astounded because I had spent a long time trying to get the colour scheme right on a Brawl body to make a Quake on War for Cybertron. Now you've actually got a proper one, and I was like, yes, get in. They made it for me because I can't think of many more tank Decepticons other than Brawl and Quake and Demolisher. I know there are tons more, but they're like the only three that ever come to my mind, and now I can play with all of them. The only thing wrong with the game I've found so far is playing Escalation, and you've got the countdown with Megatron shouting at you. He can't count, because it has happened nearly every time that he's gone 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, and I've sat there going, what? Sorry? Did I hear that right? That sort of error aside though, you can't really beat the feeling of playing Escalation with the guy next to you in the hallway. That is really the only feature that I really wanted them to put into Fall of Cybertron, and it's the only feature I want to put into any future Transformers game is split screen play. 2 controllers on one machine, sitting next to your mate and just going at it with robots on the game, and just not having to do it over the internet and never actually see the person you're playing with. Come on Activision, please give us some sort of Mortal Kombat style Transformers beat 'em up game. That's all I really want. So I shall leave you now. It's probably been far too long. You've been staring at me under this completely awful lighting. It's a shame though I can't really guarantee any better looking videos anytime soon, because this past week I've just had virtually no time to myself, and it might have to become a sort of thing where I do videos late at night. I don't really know. Of course, I've got the question and answering video coming up, so look forward to that, and I need to be doing some other filming for some other bits, and I've got to find the time, but I'm sure I'll work something out, and I'm sure you'll be hearing from me very soon. Ta-ta!